the experience that your donations and what they do that provide scholarships for great women like this. You know, Steph not only was a great player, but she was a tremendous student. Phi Beta, a member of something I never knew what it was. But this is the product of what it turns out to. And see, when she talked about relationships and history and memories. And so in that 1999 season, I got two memories I'd like to share with you, if you got time. So I don't know if you remember, but the 1998 national champions were the Tennessee Lady Vols. Not only had they won it in 98, they had won it in 97, and they had won it in 96. So the first game of the year, the season starting out for the 98-99 season, was going to be Tennessee and Purdue. Now, Stephanie talked about our RIPS, our practice squad. And one of those members was Todd Roush. And that summer, Todd went back and watched every single game that Tennessee played in the NCAA tournament. And he scouted where all the shots were going to come from. So over the summer, our staff got together and we made a game plan. All of us had come from Carey, playing at Florida, Stack, the coach at Louisiana Tech. All we knew was in-your-face, man-to-man defense, and we decided against Tennessee we're going to play a sagging man. Hallelujah. And so we put together a game plan, the players bought into it, and we even mapped out throughout the whole entire game down to Pat Summitt's last time out. And I had told the team before the game, when she calls that last time out, she's going to go to one player, and who is that going to be? Shamika Holtzclaw. Boom. So as the game goes along, as we went into practice, because Danielle Bird is here, and Danielle came to the program as a walk-on, but she earned a scholarship. She was a great coach, student coach on our team, because she was so smart. And we could give her a scouting report. We say, this is what we want the scout team to do, and Danielle would make it happen. So we were able to prepare all the way through, just like a movie. We knew how it was going to happen. And so as the game goes along, we take control. And so we take so much of a control, Pat has to call timeout. So everybody's coming to the sideline, jumping up and down. You know, we're all excited. This one right here is grabbing each one of her teammates going, Mom, don't listen to this. Blake and celebrate. We're supposed to be here. I'm like, oh, we got it. We've got that it factor. And we went on and won that game. And Joe Tiller, God love him, had brought his whole football team to the game. And when the game was over and everybody rushed the field, our football team tackled my team. They're big. Well, they took Danielle out of the rest of the season because she was at the bottom of the pile. But that was the start of something special. So that was the beginning of our run of going 34-1. That's how we started the season. Now, I'll be honest with you. I had not watched the national championship game until today. And as my husband drove me here, you can go on YouTube. YouTube's amazing. It even had the commercials on it where it talked about you can make a collect call. But as I'm watching that game, and we had set a record, y'all, in the first half.
Yeah, bad one.
It was the lowest scoring game in the history of the championship game. We could not buy a basket. Thank goodness Steph had been able to find 8 points, so that kept us into it. When we came out at halftime, we were down 5. And at halftime, I had told them, remember last year when we were ahead, Louisiana Tech took it from us? We're getting ready to do that to Duke.
I think you said, we're right where we want to be. And we're like, okay. They looked at me like,
And as that game went on, so we were down 5, Kari scores the first 2 buckets, cuts it to 1, and then it was on. They turned the defense up. Their post player, Michelle Van Gorp, was getting it done inside until sophomore Camille Cooper shut that down. The help rotation, you had your hands up on defense.
what? It's a miracle.
They were in sync. And that was the thing with this team, the commitment, the camaraderie, the pride that these women played with. They were proud to be Boilermakers. And they marched on the floor, and we ended up winning. It was like 45-62. And I remember as the time was running down, Katie Douglas had the ball in her hand. And it's ticking. It's 13, 12. And she's just dribbling it out. And I thought about a kid from Indiana made the decision to come here and was right where she had set out to be from the time she made the decision to come to Purdue. Championships is what is on the minds of these athletes. Winners is what is on the minds of these athletes. Why? Because you give them a reason to be proud. You give them a reason to want to step out on the court and represent you. Let me tell you something. As a head coach, there's nothing like walking out in Mackey Arena, Sharon, you know it. When you walk out to Mackey Arena, there's only one way to get in and out. And when you walk in and they cheer for you, shoot, man, I feel like I'm Diana Ross. Ain't nothing like it. It's because of you, that support. You know, I gotta mention there were 3 couples that even came to practice. They made trips. They even had a special meeting with our staff right before the championship game and gave us little necklaces that had number 1 on it. That was Ben and Maxine Miller. Where are you? Kenneth and Ruth Ann Noonan. I get a birthday card from Ruth Ann every year, and I'm not going to tell you how many that is. And there was also Pat and Bob Mandel. Bob's not with us anymore, but Pat as well.